Stranger street, stranger street. No one knows my name here. Stranger street, stranger street, and I don't mind at all. The signs I cannot read, a language soft and low, the smell of something cooking from a door I'll never know. I turn without a map, I follow what I feel. This city doesn't know me, and somehow that feels real. I'm no one here, just passing through. The lightest I have ever felt was being brand new. Stranger street, stranger street. No one knows my name here. Stranger street, stranger street, and I don't mind at all. A woman laughs beside me, I don't catch a word. A bicycle bell somewhere, the sweetest thing I've heard. I stop beside a window, a coffee, someone's book. This whole wide world's a stranger, and I only have to look. I came here to be no one, to shed the things I know, to walk without an answer, to let the morning go. The lost part feels like freedom when no one's keeping score. A stranger in a new place is who I'm looking for. Stranger street, stranger street. No one knows my name here. Stranger street, stranger street, and I don't mind at all. The afternoon gets golden, the shadows stretch out wide. I find a small cafe and take a seat inside. The owner nods, I nod back. No words between us pass. I watch the strangers passing through the foggy glass. Stranger street, stranger street, stranger street. No one knows my name here. Stranger street, stranger street, stranger street, and I don't mind at all. Stranger street, I'm almost home for the first time. I'm on my own. First morning, light I've never seen before. First morning, what am I even here for? The curtain moves a little, the ceiling's not my own. The pillow smells like somewhere I've never called my home. I stretch into the silence, the city hums outside. I don't know where I'm going, and that feels like a ride. No alarm, no plan, no name to check. Just light across a stranger's floor. What happens next? First morning, light I've never seen before. First morning, what am I even here for? I find the kettle humming, I don't know which cup is mine. I stand beside the nothing feels like bliss. I could stay here in this room until the light goes low, or walk out into all of it and let the city show. Either way I'm somewhere new, either way I'm free. First morning in a strange place is the best place to be. First morning, light I've never seen before. First morning, what am I even here for? I pour without a measurement, I sit without a chair. I prop against the windowsill and breathe the outside air. The sounds I cannot name yet, the smell of side street cafe, side street cafe. A cup I cannot name. Side street cafe, side street cafe. I'd come back just the same. A handwritten menu, I can't read a word. I point to something random, and that's all that's heard. The owner doesn't ask me, she just nods and turns. I wait beside the window and watch this city churn. I don't need a translation, I don't need to know. Some things come across just fine in the glow. Side street cafe, side street cafe. A cup I cannot name. Side street cafe, side street cafe. I'd come back just the same. Whatever's in this small cup, it tastes like staying here. The walls are full of pictures of people I hold dear. No weight of strangers only, but they feel like mine. When you're this far from home, everything feels fine. I think about the people who come here every day, who know the owner's name by now, who know exactly what to say. I'm just passing through this chair, just passing through this town. But passing through feels permanent when the coffee's going down. Side street cafe, side street cafe. A cup I cannot name. Side street cafe, side street cafe. I'd come back just the same. The afternoon grows heavy, the cafe fills with sound. I'm the only one not talking, and I'm glad I found this corner and this small cup, this table by the wall. The side street cafe holds me like it knew I'd fall. Side street cafe, side street cafe. A cup I cannot name. Side street cafe, side street cafe. I'd come back just the same. Side street cafe. I'd come back just the same. No return ticket, no ticket, just this direction here. No return ticket, no return ticket. And it's the clearest I've been all year. I bought the one-way only, I left the date unmarked. I didn't tell the calendar, I slipped out after dark. The station smelled of distance, the train was already there. I stepped on with my bag and left without a care. No round trip, no fixed date, no plan to leave. The best thing I've ever done is just believe. No return ticket, no return ticket, just this direction here. No return ticket, no return ticket, and it's the clearest I've been all year. Somewhere behind me now, the things I used to know, the routines and the schedules, the places that I'd go. Ahead of me is open, a country with no map, and I'm not looking backward, I'm not going back. I'll know when it's over, I'll know when it's done, I'll know when the somewhere has finally become the somewhere I was heading, the somewhere that I need. No return ticket is the only thing I need. No return ticket, no return ticket, just this direction here. No return ticket, no return ticket, and it's the clearest I've been all year. The window shows me passing hills I've never named, the towns I'll never visit, the sky's forever framed, and somewhere down the line I'll stop and look around and call this foreign somewhere finally my ground. No return ticket, no return ticket, just this direction here. No return ticket, no return ticket, and it's the clearest I've been all year. No return ticket, just this direction here. Unfamiliar station, unfamiliar station. I got off at the wrong stop. Unfamiliar station, unfamiliar station, and I don't wanna go back. The platform's not the one I planned, the sign says something else. I check the map 3 times and then I trust myself. The exit leads to sunlight, a square I've never seen, the best mistake I've ever made, or so it seems. I wasn't looking for this, but here it is. A whole street full of nothing that's entirely his. Unfamiliar station, unfamiliar station. I got off at the wrong stop. Unfamiliar station, unfamiliar station, and I don't wanna go back. There's a market on the corner and kids on the steps. A dog asleep in sunlight who's earned his rest. I walk without a reason, I stop without a plan. This wasn't on the itinerary, but here I am. The best things never are though. The best things never planned. They just appear around the corner if you let them. I'll let the wrong stop be the right one. Let the detour be the way. Unfamiliar station, I think I'll stay. Unfamiliar station, unfamiliar station. I got off at the wrong stop. Unfamiliar station, unfamiliar station. And I don't wanna go back. I find a small bench somewhere. I watch the hour pass. 2 pigeons and a vendor. The light through tinted glass. I'll catch the train tomorrow, or maybe I'll just walk. The unfamiliar station has a lot to talk. Unfamiliar station, unfamiliar station. I got off at the wrong stop. Unfamiliar station, unfamiliar station. And I don't wanna go back. Wrong stop, right place. I think I'll stay a while. Foreign language radio, foreign language radio. And I don't feel hollow. The knob was already turned to someone else's station. A voice I can't decode, a melody, a nation. The words roll over me like water, like a tide. I let the language in and let the meaning slide. I don't need to understand. The feeling's enough. Sometimes not knowing is all I need of love. Foreign language radio, foreign language radio. Words I cannot follow. Foreign language radio, foreign language radio. And I don't feel hollow. There's music underneath. I catch the chord changes, the voice is warm and low. It drifts in long ranges. I make up my own story. I give the words my meaning. When you don't know the language, everything's worth believing. Maybe they're singing about the rain. Maybe a street I've walked. Maybe it's someone long gone. Maybe it's nothing talked. It doesn't matter what it says. It only matters how. Foreign language radio is singing to me now. Foreign language radio, foreign language radio. Words I cannot follow. Foreign language radio, foreign language radio. And I don't feel hollow. The signal fades a little, then comes back in strong. I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm singing along without a single word I know, just melody and tone. Foreign language radio, and I'm never alone. Foreign language radio, foreign language radio. Words I cannot follow. Foreign language radio, foreign language radio. And I but I wish I did. The same faces at the bakery, the dog who knows the route, the neighbors in the evening just hanging laundry out. I watch it all from outside, a window, a wall, someone else's everyday, most beautiful of all. There's something in the ordinary when it isn't mine. The longing for a life like this is almost fine. Someone else's neighborhood, someone else's neighborhood. I don't belong here. Someone else's neighborhood, someone else's neighborhood, but I wish I did. A kid runs past my shadow, she doesn't even look. An old man reads the paper from his usual nook. I wonder what it takes to earn this kind of place, a neighborhood that knows your name, your usual pace. Maybe somewhere there's a street that's waiting just for me, with a corner that already knows the person I could be. But until I find that street, I'll walk through other lives and carry every neighborhood like something that survives. Someone else's neighborhood, someone else's neighborhood. I don't belong here. Someone else's neighborhood, someone else's neighborhood, but I wish I did. The light turns amber slowly, the street lamps flicker on. I'm still here in the middle of a life that carries on, without me in its story, without a part for me. Someone else's neighborhood is where I'd like to be. Someone else's neighborhood, someone else's neighborhood. I don't belong here. Someone else's neighborhood, someone else's neighborhood, but I wish I did. Someone else's neighborhood, and I wish I lived here too. Humidity, humidity, the air here sticks to me. Humidity, humidity, like this place wants me to stay. The air here has a weight I never knew before. It drapes across my shoulders, settles to the floor. The ceiling fan is lazy, it cuts through nothing much, just heating something Swedish, something I can't touch. This country has a texture, I wear it like a coat. The heaviness is holding me afloat. Humidity, humidity, the air here sticks to me. Humidity, humidity, like this place wants me to stay. High noon I stop resisting, I stop fighting it. I let the heat sit on me, I just sit with it. The locals move slowly, they know something I don't. The air here is a language, and I'm learning how. Back home the air is thin and sharp, it moves and doesn't wait. Here the air is thick with something patient, warm and late. I think I've been too quick before, too sharp, too clean, too fast. Humidity is teaching me to let the moment last. Humidity, humidity. The air here sticks to me. Humidity, humidity. Like this place wants me to stay. The evening brings no coolness, just a softer heat. The market lamps reflect it in every face I meet. I'm sweating and I'm present, I'm tired and I'm here. Humidity has made me slow, and slow is finally clear. Humidity, humidity. The air here sticks to me. Humidity, humidity. Like this place wants me to stay. Humidity. This place wants me to stay. Paper map, paper map, folded wrong from the start. Paper map, still the closest thing to my heart. The battery died at noon, I didn't plug it in. I found the folded paper from the hostel's welcome bin. The creases cut the city into sections I don't know. I turned it upside down, and that's the way I go. No signal, no direction, no little blue dot. Just paper and the city and whatever I've got. Paper map, folded wrong from the start. Paper map, still the closest thing to my heart. I asked a man in passing, he pointed left and right. I nodded like I got it and walked into the light. Somewhere between the pointing and the walking I arrived. Somewhere the paper map and I both survived. There's something in the folding, something in the crease. The way the paper wears from every avenue I seek. A digital map forgets you the moment that you close. A paper map remembers every place you ever go. Paper map, folded wrong from the start. Thing to my heart. By evening it's half ruined, a coffee stain, a tear, a circle drawn in pencil around somewhere I was there. I'll keep it in my journal, pressed between the pages flat. Paper map somewhere, and I'm glad I had that. Paper map, folded wrong from the start. Paper map, still the closest thing to my heart. Closest thing to my heart. Night market, I don't know what I'm eating. Night market, and I want more of this feeling. The smoke from something grilling, the sizzle and the pop. The vendor waves me over, I point and I don't stop. It's wrapped in something leafy, it smells of char and sweet. I pay without the language and eat it in the street. No menu, no translation, no allergy check. Just something hot and wonderful around my neck. Night market, I don't know what I'm eating. Night market, and I want more of this feeling. The lanterns make it golden, the faces make it warm. The families and the couples, the vendors in their form. I'm eating next to strangers, our elbows nearly touch. We don't share a single word, but share so much. Night markets hold the city in their smallest parts. The things people cook and eat at night reveal their hearts. You can learn a whole country from a paper plate. Night market in a strange land, never taste of hate. Night market, I don't know what I'm eating. Night market, and I want more of this feeling. By 10 the crowd gets thicker, the music gets more loud. I find a spot beside a stall and disappear in crowd. This sweaty, dark and beautiful, this noise and smoke and steam. The night market at midnight is better than I dreamed. Night market, I don't know what I'm eating. Night market, and I want more of this feeling. Night market, and I want more of this feeling. Left something behind, not sure what it was. Left something behind, somewhere I've already lost. I checked the room before I left, the drawer, the shelf, the floor, the window latch, the bathroom hook. I couldn't want for more. And yet back home I feel it, a small and quiet ache, like something stayed behind me by accident or fate. It wasn't keys or clothing, it wasn't anything I own. It's something Left something behind, left something behind. Not sure what it was. Left something behind, left something behind. Somewhere I've already lost. Maybe it's the mornings with no agenda set, the version of myself there I haven't found here yet. The one who walked without a phone, who sat beside the wall, who ordered wrong and laughed about and didn't mind at all. They say you always leave a piece in every place you stay. I think that's true, but also you bring a piece away. The problem is the pieces don't always match the holes. Left something behind somewhere, and it's part of my soul. Left something behind, left something behind. Not sure what it was. Left something behind, left something behind. Somewhere I've already lost. I look at all the photos, the market and the square, the side street cafe corner, the empty room I share. And somewhere in the pixels I can almost see the thing. Left something behind somewhere. It's too light for carrying. Left something behind, behind. Left something behind, behind. Not sure what it was. Left something behind, behind. Left something behind. Somewhere I've already lost. Left something behind. I think it might be me. Overhead fan, overhead fan, going round and round. Overhead fan, overhead fan, the only moving sound. I'm flat against the mattress, the afternoon is thick. The ceiling fan just circles in its slow and lazy trick. I count the blades 3 times, then lose the count again. The overhead fan doesn't care, it just keeps spinning then. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. The fan just spins, the afternoon comes through. Overhead fan, overhead fan, going round and round. Overhead fan, overhead fan, the only moving sound. The light comes through the shutters in long and golden bars. The dust motes drift in circles like the slowest little stars. I watch them rise and settle, I watch the fan repeat. There's nothing more to want here, nothing more complete. I've been so fast for so long, I forgot that still exists. That an afternoon of nothing is a thing that can persist. The fan doesn't ask me anything, it just keeps its slow pace. Overhead fan in a strange room is the kindest kind of grace. Overhead going round and round. Overhead fan, overhead fan, the only moving sound. By 4, I haven't moved much. The light has shifted west. The fan still goes in circles. I've passed some kind of test. I didn't plan or organize. I didn't check a thing. Overhead fan in a strange room is everything. Overhead fan, overhead fan, going round and round. Overhead fan, overhead fan, the only moving sound. Overhead fan, going round and round. The long way back, the long way back, I chose it on purpose. The long way back, the long way back, to see what's worth it. The shortcut was right there, the arrow, the sign, but I turned the other way to buy myself more time. The long way has no logic, no efficiency at all. The long way has a doorway with an interesting wall. I'm not in any hurry, I've got nothing urgent here. The long way back is teaching me what I wanna hear. The long way back, the long way back, I chose it on purpose. The long way back, the long way back, to see what's worth it. I found a florist somewhere between 2 narrow walls. A cat asleep on sandbags at the bottom of the halls. A child drew in chalk, the sidewalk is her art. The long way back has everything right from the start. The destination's always there, it isn't going away. The long way only cost you a little extra day. And what you find along it can't be planned or bought. The long way back is everything, the shortcut is not. The long way back, the long way back, I chose it on purpose. The long way back, the long way back, to see what's worth it. By the time I reach the door, the sun is going low. I'm carrying the long way everywhere I go. The florist and the chalk girl, the cat beside the wall. The long way back gave everything, the shortcut gave nothing at all. The long way back, the long way back, I chose it on purpose. To see what's worth it. The long way back, always worth it. Hostel common room, hostel common room. All of us going nowhere. Hostel feels good somehow. Somebody's charging something, somebody's reading slow, somebody's writing postcards to people that they know. The Wi-Fi's bad for all of us, nobody seems to mind. The common room is common, in the best kind. We came from different somewhere, we're going different ways. We landed in this room for now, for just these few days. Hostel common room, hostel common room. All of us going nowhere. Hostel common room, hostel common room. And that feels good somehow. Somebody makes tea, asked if anyone wants some. Two hands go up, we don't know where we're from. The kettle is the language, the cup is the connection. The hostel common room needs no translation. I've been alone in houses, I've been alone in crowds, but lonely doesn't happen when the nowhere is out loud. The hostel common room at night, with everyone just there, is the least alone I've ever been, breathing the same air. Hostel common room, hostel common room. All of us going nowhere. Hostel common room, hostel common room. And that feels good somehow. By midnight half have wandered, half are still around. Somebody put a record on, a low familiar sound. I don't know any of these people, but I'll sleep okay. Hostel common room gave me exactly what it gave. Hostel common room, hostel common room. All of us going nowhere. Hostel common room, hostel common room. And that feels good somehow. Hostel common room. All of us nowhere. Missing someone from here, missing someone from here. Wish you could see this street. Missing someone from here, missing someone from here. You would have loved this place. The light is doing something I can't put into words. The kind of afternoon that makes you miss the birds. The birds back home, the light back home, the person back at home. I'm standing in the beautiful and missing you alone. I took a photo, it's not the same. This street deserves a witness, and I know your name. Missing someone from here, missing someone from here. Wish you could see this street. Missing someone from here, missing someone from here. You would have loved this place. There's a cafe on the corner. You would order first. You'd find the smallest table. You'd know it at a burst. We'd sit for too long probably. We'd order one more round. Missing someone from a distance is a beautiful sound. I think that's what travel does. It sharpens who you miss. It takes the ordinary everyone you'd bring here. If the distance weren't a cost, missing someone from a strange place means they're never lost. Missing someone from here, missing someone from here. Wish you could see this street. Missing someone from here, missing someone from here. You would have loved this place. I'll tell you everything later. I'll try to make it real. The light, the cafe corner, the particular feel. But I already know the telling isn't quite. Missing someone from here is a beautiful kind of ache tonight. Missing someone from here, missing someone from here. Wish you could see this street. Missing someone from here, missing someone from here. You would have loved this place. Missing someone from here. You would have loved this place. Afternoon without plans. Afternoon without plans. Nothing I have to do. Afternoon without plans. Afternoon without plans. I forgot this felt so good. The morning had no alarm. The day had no itinerary. I ate when I was hungry. I stopped when I felt weary. I found a patch of shade. I sat without a phone. Afternoon without plans. And I am not alone. The planless afternoon is almost revolutionary for someone who's been scheduled since January. Afternoon without plans. Afternoon without plans. Nothing I have to do. Afternoon without plans. Afternoon without plans. I forgot this felt so good. I watched a cloud a while. I watched it change its mind. I watched a woman reading in no particular time. The afternoon continued. Nobody asked me why. Afternoon without plans beneath the foreign sky. Back home I'd fill this empty space. I'd find the next thing fast. I check the list, refresh the feed, and not let stillness last. But here the stillness is allowed. It's part of what I paid. Afternoon without plans is the reason that I came. Afternoon without plans. Afternoon without plans. Nothing I have to do. Afternoon without plans. I forgot this felt so good. By 5 I haven't done a thing by any metric known, and yet I feel more finished than I've ever been at home. Afternoon without plans. You taught me something real. Afternoon without plans is how I want to feel. Afternoon without plans. afternoon without plans. Nothing I have to do. Afternoon without plans. I forgot this felt so good. Afternoon without plans. I forgot this felt so good. Last night abroad, last night abroad. I'm not ready to leave. Last night abroad, last night abroad. One more street, one more. The bags are mostly packed, the tickets on my phone. I told myself I'd sleep early, but I went out alone. One more street I hadn't seen, one more corner turn. Last night abroad is teaching me what I haven't earned. I always leave before I'm ready, I always have. But last night abroad, I walk until the morning's half. Last night abroad, last night abroad, last night abroad, last night abroad. I'm not ready to leave. Last night abroad, last night abroad, last night abroad. One more street, one more. The city doesn't know it's my last night. It runs just as before. The vendors and the foot traffic, the same as any door. But everything looks different when you know you're almost done. Last night abroad is how travel's never won. I make a list of what I'll miss: the cafe and the square, the smell of something cooking, the quality of the air, the version of myself I was when no one knew my name. Last night abroad, before I'm back to being the same. Last night abroad, last night abroad, last night abroad, last night abroad. I'm not ready to leave. Last night abroad, last night abroad, last night abroad. One more street, one more. I take the long way to the door, I walk the slow way in. I set my bag against the wall and let the night begin. Last night abroad is the best night, because it's the last night abroad. You always move too fast. Last night abroad, last night abroad, last night abroad. I'm not ready to leave. Last night abroad, last night abroad, last night abroad. One more street, one more. Last night abroad, one more street. Return flight, already missing where I was. Return flight, somewhere above the clouds. The seat is narrow, the window is my view, a patchwork of the country that I barely knew. The fields are small from up here, the city's just a smear. Return flight, and everything I love is disappearing here. save the boarding pass, I'll keep it in the book. The return flight carries me, but I keep looking back. Return flight, already missing where I was. Return flight, somewhere above the clouds. The meal tray is the wrong food, but I eat it all. The movie's something generic, I watch it in the hall of my half-sleeping memory. I'm somewhere in the square, return flight above the clouds, and I'm still there. Somewhere below me now, the side street cafe waits. The night market is getting ready, the hostel unlocks its gates. Another traveler's checking into the room I used to keep. Return flight above the clouds, and I can't sleep. Return flight, already missing where I was. Return flight, somewhere above the clouds. The descent begins eventually. The city comes in view, a city that I know too well, that doesn't feel as new. But I'm bringing something back, I can't quite name the thing. Return flight has landed with everything. Return flight, already missing where I was. Return flight, somewhere above the clouds. Somewhere above the clouds. The version of me there, the version of me there. I wanna find her again. The version of me there, the version of me there. She was lighter than this. She woke up without an agenda. She ate what she could find. She walked into the not knowing. She left the plan behind. She laughed at the wrong order. She stayed out too late. The version of me there didn't need to be great. I brought her home inside me, somewhere in the back, but she's harder to locate when the ordinary's back. The version of me there, the version of me there. I wanna find her again. The version of me there, the version of me there. She was lighter than this. She sat in the cafe corner. She didn't check once. She watched the afternoon happen. She didn't run. She talked to the owner with gestures. She pointed and smiled. The version of me there was just a little more wild. I know that she's still in here. I know that she didn't leave. She's underneath the schedule, underneath the need to be productive, purposeful, to show the world she's fine. The version of me there is waiting in the line. The version of me there, the version of me there. I wanna find her again. The version of me there, the version of me there. She was lighter I'm looking for the exits back to that open feeling. The version of me there is probably still healing. I'll find her in the morning when I give myself some space. The version of me there had the right idea about this place. The version of me there, the version of me there. I wanna find her again. The version of me there, the version of me there. She was lighter than this. The version of me there. She was lighter than this. Something untranslatable, something untranslatable. No word for what I felt. Something untranslatable, something untranslatable. But I felt it anyway. Some languages have a word for light through forest leaves. Some languages have a name for the feeling before it grieves. The one I'm looking for doesn't exist in mine. Something untranslatable, I felt it. It was fine. Not sad, not happy quite, not exactly free. Just something in between that was entirely me. Something untranslatable, something untranslatable. No word for what I felt. Something untranslatable, something untranslatable. But I felt it anyway. The Portuguese have saudade, the Japanese have ma, the Danes have higgy, and the Germans have a scar of compound feeling that English doesn't hold. Something untranslatable, but true and old. I think the untranslatable is where we really live, in the space between the languages and what we cannot give words to, and yet we know it. We feel it clear and real. Something untranslatable is the truest thing I feel. Something untranslatable, something untranslatable. No word for what I felt. Something untranslatable, something untranslatable. But I felt it anyway. I came home with a feeling that has no proper name. The foreign place gave me a word I can't reclaim in my own tongue, but still I hold it somewhere below the words. Something untranslatable, and better for it. Something untranslatable, something untranslatable. No word for what I felt. Something untranslatable, something untranslatable. But I felt it anyway. Something untranslatable. I felt it anyway.